Hello, good evening. Good to have us here. Welcome to this website design training. I congratulate you for being here. Please, can we hear me well? Can I get feedbacks? Make use of the chat section. Let me know if you can hear me well. All right. Thank you, Ifeoluwa Ajayi. Thank you very much. Okay. So let's get to the business of the day. All right, so let me start by introducing myself. My name is Oluwatobiloba Emmanuel. Okay, so I'm a website designer. I'm into branding and I do digital marketing. Okay, so I will be the one taking you in this website design course, as you saw the video that I played before we started this course. All right, so once again, let me say congratulations for being here. In this training, you are going to be learning what website designing is from the beginning to the end. All right. At the end of this training, you are going to have your personal website built by yourself. Okay. You're going to have a personal website built by yourself, and you're going to be mentored and supervised by myself, taking you a step before the other through what it takes to design a website. Okay. So of course, if you're able to build your website by yourself and it's looking good, that assures you, that communicates to you that you can then get contracts, website contracts from people and get it done and get your cool cash from them. All right. So the essence of this training is to equip you properly with the knowledge of website designing from the A to the Z of it, what it takes to be a website designer, what you need to put together to create a proper website and launch it. All right, so I really want you to stay with me from now to the end of the training, because I promise you it is going to be very much valuable. It is going to worth your time. It is going to educating. Okay, so if you are outside there, you need a digital skill that you can use to up your pocket, you are looking for a side hustle, then this is the training you want. Okay, so once again, my name is Oluwatobiloba Emmanuel, your expert digital marketer and branding expert. All right, so as you know already, this training is website designing, just as you can see on the slide showing before you right now. So this is the website design training, and then we have our manual that will be guiding us through the training. I will drop the link to this manual in the group where we join the training immediately after now in the WhatsApp group. So I will drop the link there so you can get the manual for yourself, and you can as well follow through the manual from your end there. Okay, so we have just 3 weeks for this training, and it is quite a lot. On a normal grad, I'm supposed to start this training by at least showing my face to us. Let's do a proper introduction and get to know each other. But due to the volume of what we have to cover, we might not have the laxity of taking in all that. So we are going to get into business immediately. All right. So what we are dealing with is website designing, and yes, our manual. As I said earlier, I will drop the link to the manual in the WhatsApp group, and then you can get it from there. If by any chance there's anybody on this group, on this meeting that is not on our WhatsApp group, I don't know, find a way of getting through to me, or I will drop my phone number immediately after this meeting, so you can message me. I'll add you to the group, and then you can participate in whatever it is we are doing there on the group. So without further ado, let's move to the business of today. If you are going to be going into any sphere of life, you are going to be going into any, let's say, academics, you are going into any skill, it is quite important that you know what that skill is in itself. In this training, by defining what a website is. The first thing on our syllabus, as you can see here, is what is website designing. All right. So website designing, of course, as you can see, is made up of 2 words. These are 2 words coming together. We have website and we have designing. Okay. So the word designing, as you can see there, is synonymous to the word creation. It's synonymous to the word building. Okay. So instead of website design, you can say website creation. You can say website building, as you may have it. Okay. So that suggests something to you already. You're talking about website design. You are talking about building a website. We're talking about creating a website. We're talking about bringing a website to existence. Okay, so if what we are building is a website, if what we are creating is a website, if what we are bringing to existence is a website, it is therefore important for us to know what a website is. All right, I believe majority of us, if not all of us, are going to know what a website is, but it's just important for me to at least mention that in the course of explaining, so that we can be sure that everybody are on the same page. So a very simple example of a website, if you go to your browser now, either Chrome or Pramini or whatever it is that you use at your end there, and then you just go to your Chrome and you just type jumia.com and you just type hosty.ng and you just type anything of such.com.ng and it pops up something for you. That thing that it pops up for you is what we refer to as a website. Okay, and then there are different kinds of websites depending on what you put in. And so if you can see the slide before you, I haven't talking about what a website is. Okay, I haven't talking about what a website is. The next thing that we'll be talking about is types of websites. But let's balance what the website designing is. Now, that thing that pops up when you browse jumia.com, that thing that pops up when you browse whatever it is, .com.ng, .com.ng, whatever it is, okay, that thing that pops up is a website. All right, now the essence of this training is to teach you how to come up with such things, how to build such things, launch them on Google, such that anybody from any part of the world will be able to access them. Okay, and it will be live functioning like that, any kind of website at all. So this training is to the end that you will be equipped with the knowledge of what it takes to create those kind of things that you go online to search www.something.com, then it pops up, you are looking for an information, you want to carry out a particular action, then you get it done on the website. How do we put those things together to become such stuff that you are seeing online? How do we launch them to be online? How do we make it accessible by anybody who needs them online? Those are the things that we'll be going through in the course of this training. Once again, I must say congratulations for being here. I promise you this is going to be very much valuable. Okay. Now, still talking about what website designing is, I often like to distinguish between the word website designing and website development, as due to the similarity in the two, it is often mixed up for each other. It is often confused for one another. Okay, so I would like to make clarification. I would like to make distinguishing between what website designing and what website development is. If you are with me, let me see you in the chat box. If you are with me, if I'm making sense, if I'm communicating tonight, say something. All right. Thank you. All right, so as I was saying before, I like to distinguish between what website designing is and what website development is. And a typical way, or a very easy way for me to do that is this. Once upon a time, I had a website project. I got it done, and then I shared it to a brother of mine, a friend of mine, who is into website development. And in his opinion, he said that it would have cost me about 3 months to finish that very project. And I was telling him that I just used 2 weeks for this project we are talking about here. And then he was amazed. So I was saying that he was surprised that I used 2 weeks, and he was thinking it would take me about 3 months because he is a website developer. This is the gist here. As a website developer, the way through which you bring your website to life, the way through which you create your website is through coding. You do coding, you make use of programming languages like HTML, you make use of languages like CSS, like JavaScript, like Python. Okay, you are coding the words, you are using hashtags, you are using symbols, you are using signs and the likes. All right, but as a website designer, what I need to do through the use of some certain softwares like WordPress, like Elementor, they have made the journey easy, so that I don't have to do all those coding journey. I just need to do some drag and drop. When I say drag and drop, when you want to make use of a text, maybe you want to write what is website designing, as you can see on your screen now, you just drag in a text widget. A text widget is a widget or an item that allows you to be able to write a text. All right. So if you are making it of an image widget, that's an widget that allows you to make use of an image. All right. So those things are just there lined up for you. When you need one of it, for instance, you need a text widget, you go there, you drag it, and you drop it into your website. That's how we call it a drag and drop. Once you drag it and you drop it in, you then go forward to write whatever it is you want to write directly without any code. You change the color, and I must tell you are coming up with a website, a beautiful one already. So with such a system available, I don't need codes again. Then it becomes very easy for me to create a website that will have cost me about a month, 2 months with codes. I can do that work in just 2 days, 3 days if I get to it back to back. All right. So the simple difference between website development and website designing is the fact that website designers just make use of drag and drop systems that help them to create their websites easier and faster. And website development involves making use of codes. And don't be deceived. At the end of the day, we do arrive at the same destination. As far as I'm concerned, in fact, based on the website development jobs I've seen from people, I feel like website design projects are often more beautiful than website development projects. I stand to be corrected, but that's my observation. Reason being that when you're making it a website development, you are putting codes together here and there, here and there, and there. What will be on your mind is to at least have something reasonable, not necessarily beauty. But since if you're making it a website designing, you're just picking a drag and drop, you can design, you can give style, you can give you a lot of things. Don't worry, we'll get there. This is going to be fun. Stay with me to the end of the training. I promise you will enjoy it. And these classes are going to be recorded so that and then rewatch. All right. Okay, so having said that, I did like to give you a few reasons why you should have the knowledge of. There are different tech skills outside there. There are different tech skills you can drop on. There is graphic designing, there is motion graphics, there is digital marketing. But why did I choose to teach people website designing among other skills that I personally know, or among every other skill that are outside there? Why do I believe that website designing is something that if you learn, you kind of have a chance over others? You kind of have a privilege that some other skills does not give unto you. Okay, this is very simple. As a graphic designer, when you learn graphic designing, you can create slides like this that you're seeing. Okay, I created this. I told you I'm into branding. I created this. All right. So as a graphic designer, if you don't have a client that needs designs such as this, such as a flyer, a logo, and the like, if you don't have a client that needs something like that for you to create for him, you are not going to eat. There's no way money is going to come for you. All right. But when it comes to website designing, there are various things that you can put in place by yourself, such that even if you are not landing website designing gigs, those things that you have created will be giving you what you can call passive income, that on a daily basis, something is coming into your pocket. And you can do that in various ways. First of all, a typical example, the most popular example of such thing is a blog. As a website designer, blog is one of the things you can easily create. I mean, it's one of the simplest kind of website you can build. So as a website designer, you don't necessarily have to wait for somebody is bringing work for you before you get money, and the likes. Create a blog, keep the blog, put in what we call Google. What's it called now? Put in what we call Google AdSense. Pardon me, please, on your blog. Now, Google AdSense works this way. When you have Google AdSense on your website or your blog, okay, Google kind of analyze how many people comes into your website on a daily basis, how many people check into your website on a daily basis, all right, and they pay you per views. Why do they pay you? Since you have added Google AdSense on your website, that is you telling Google that I allow you to advertise whatever product is it you have on my website. There are people out there who do Google AdSense. I personally do that also. So if I get you into creating ads on Google, when people add Google AdSense to their website, those ads that were created on Google will be showing on such websites. So if you own a website where you have added Google AdSense, and then Google is showing ads that was created by some people on your website, Google will then begin to pay you for each person that views that ads on your website. So let's take, for instance, per view you have or you earn $0.5. That means if you have about 10 people who comes into your website in a day, that's about $5 if I'm not mistaken. The more audience you have, the larger the possibility for you to earn, and that's how that works. That's why when you see bloggers, what they try to do is to post trending news, post things that are catchy. What they are trying to do is to make sure that you come into their website, people come into their website in their numbers, in large audience like that, to come and view their website. Immediately you jump on the website, Google believe that, okay, somebody's in this website, they must have seen our ads, and they pay the owner of that ad, of that website, for that view. That's one of the simplest ways. We have another kind of website that we call the VTU website. That's virtual top-up website, whereby you can sell data subscriptions, you can sell airtime, you can sell cable subscriptions, you can sell prepaid, you can sell a whole lot of things. So you just put it in place. How do you get to do that? That's what the knowledge of website design helps you to do. There's what we call API that helps you to link to the server of MTN, server of Glo, server of DSTV, server of all those people, so that when people want to subscribe on their server, they go through your website, and for doing that, there is the amount that you earn on that. If you have that kind of website and you are marketing it well, even if you are not getting a website design job, basically, you are still going to be fine because you'll be making your earnings. All right, so that's another. There's also learn management system where you have courses, something like Udemy. You have courses where you post on your website. Even if you don't have knowledge of a lot of things that you can put there, if you have the knowledge of website designing, that's a knowledge on its own. You can create a website design course, create a learning management system, and upload that course on that website. People come there. The people are looking for skill everywhere. You are here because you are looking for a skill. There are thousands of people out there who will still be looking for this skill even after you have learned it. If you have a course on this kind of skill and you upload it on the learning management system, I promise you that you will be earning on a daily basis. You put it on the website there like that, and you are selling, people are buying, you are cashing out. There are numerous kind of business that you can create like that just because you have the knowledge of website designing. Is somebody happy to hear this? Let me see our chat. Let me see somebody say something. All right. Okay, thank you for the response. I'm glad that at least people are learning. So let's move to the next bullet. What types of website designing? This is what is website design. I think we have dealt with that. I'm going to give us a link to this very ebook so that we can download it and read on our own. We might not be able to follow the ebook, read everything inside it, but I'm going to make it available for you so you can read. But I will do justice to the explanation of whatever it is that we have here. Okay. So types of websites. Different types of websites that we can have outside there, different kind of website that we can create. All right. The first on our list is an e-commerce website. Okay. So an e-commerce website, simply put, is a website where people can do buying and selling. So let me check for somebody's name here so that I can use that person as an example. So we have Mr. Aliu here with us. Okay. So for instance, Mr. Aliu is a fashion designer. He sews ready-made dresses. Okay. So also as a website designer, he can create a website where he showcases all the clothes he makes. He can create a website where he showcases all the clothes he makes. All right. Now, on that website, what we are going to have there is not just showcasing. There's also going to be a system where people can buy automatically, is going to receive its payment automatically, is going to receive the notification that somebody just bought a dress on his website automatically. Okay, then what he has to do at that point is to, if that dress is available, package it and then deliver. If the dress is not available, maybe you just did that to showcase what you can do, then you process the clothes, buy the material, do the same, of course, and then you deliver it to whoever it is that has made the purchase. How do you get the location of the person that made the purchase? That's what makes the whole website design thing very sweet and beautiful, because at the point of purchasing, some of us will have interacted with things like this. At the point of purchasing, if you want, you could have collected their details, your home address and the likes. When you are done with your product, you simply give it to a logistics system and they deliver to whoever it is that has purchased the product. Okay, now if on the other hand, what was purchased was a digital product, and I just used an example of a cloth, that's a physical product that you can handle. If what was purchased was a digital product that you necessarily cannot hold in your hands, okay, immediately payment is made. For instance, if it is what digital product can I make use of? Maybe a design, something that can be downloaded. Maybe you are selling your movie, you are selling your music, something that people will download on their phone. Immediately purchase is made, all right. They will have access to be able to download that very product, and then it's going to land on their phone only after they have made payments. All this is going to be automatic. In fact, you can be sleeping and somebody is buying and making payment. When you just wake up, you just receive email. 3 people, 4 people just purchased on your website. You are getting your money in your bank. If it's a digital product, the person has gotten what he paid for. If it is a physical product, you go ahead and process whatever it is the person purchased, and then you do the delivery. As easy as that. Okay, so the next on our list is a business website. All right, when we talk about a business website, simply put, is a website that gives the details of a particular business. All right, so for instance, I have a company named Hosty Empire Limited. All right, our website is hosty.ng. If you go to hosty.ng today and you go through the website, you are going to have access to all it is that Hosty Empire stands for. What we do, our services, about us, our portfolios, and the likes. All right. So a business website, simply put, is the website that showcases the entirety of a business. You want to read about a particular business. Dangote is a business. I don't know if that is his company name, but you want to read about the company Dangote. You go online, they have the website. You just search dangote.com or whatever it is their domain name is. We'll talk about what domain name implies later. But domain name directly, that we are talking about, is it dangote.com or dangote.ng, that's domain name. We have better insight into it later on. So if you go there, you search for that and it pops up, and you begin to read about Dangote business located in so created, established, and the likes, about them, the services they offer, their products, and the like. That's the business website, giving you a full insight into another person's business. Okay, so that if you need any information about the business, in fact, people go ahead and put prices of their products, prices of their services on the website. So you have a full knowledge of what this business stands for, what this business does. That's the business website. And we'll be learning in this class how to create that kind of website. All right. Now, to portfolio websites, the slight difference between business website and portfolio website is that while a business website stands for a business, a portfolio website stands for an individual. Okay. So that personally, I'm the founder of hosty.ng. Okay. So if you search for hosty.ng online, and then you begin to see the things that hosty.ng does, you begin to see about hosty.ng, you begin to see the services of Hosty Empire Limited, and the likes. That's giving you information about the business or the company Hosty Empire Limited. Now, if I have the website as a person, Oluwatobiloba has a website as a person. For instance, I'm just saying, let's say the domain name is oluwatobiloba.com, and you go into it, the same thing you're going to be seeing inside that website is about me, the things I do, my services, my contact, how you can reach out to me. It is pretty much the same thing that you're going to have access to in a business website. The simple difference is just that when it comes to a business website, you are talking about a business. When it comes to a portfolio website, you are talking about a person. So somebody can come to you and say, I'm a graphic designer and I need a website. That person does not have a business name that it registered, does not have anything. His name is just Feranmi, and Feranmi is a website designer. It's a graphic designer or a website designer that needs a website. You are creating a website for Feranmi. You are giving him an home page, a services page, an about page, a contact us page, full details of his website, of what he does on that website. That's the portfolio website. On the other hand, the admin of Osti Empire Limited reaches out to you that we need a website for our business. The same thing you are doing for them is to create an home page, contact us page, about us page, services page, full details of what they offer. All right, but now we are talking about a business. So that's the slight difference between business website and portfolio website. If that's the thing, do we understand that before I move forward? Hello, is anyone with me? Okay, thank you. All right, moving further. What is a blog? I think we spoke about blog when we were trying to cite example of the things that you can do to make earnings on as a website designer without getting a job, without landing a gig. How can you earn money? All right, so a blog is synonymous to a news website. All right, a blog is a website you create where you keep on updating for people to come and have access to new things, new news, new trends, new information. So you keep on doing that. You are giving them blog, they are coming there, they are reading, they need information, they come there. All right, so when it comes to blog, you can have different kind of blogs. You can have a sports blog whereby when people need news on blog, that's the only time they come to your website. You can have an entertainment blog whereby when people need news on entertainment, that's when they come to your website. You can, as somebody into branding, you can have a blog whereby you post articles about branding. People just know that, okay, if you want the latest information about branding, you want to know more about branding, this man who is an expert in branding has a blog whereby he posts different things, illustrations, explaining things on his blog, something like that. You are just teaching people, you are giving them news, you are giving them trends, you are updating them. Okay, all right. So educational websites, this is synonymous to an LMS website. I should have written LMS and intentionally put educational so that I will be able to relate with it. But it is professionally called LMS, Learning Management System. I come again, LMS, that stands for Learning Management System. What do we do on this kind of website? This is a website whereby we have courses, something like Udemy. All right, we have courses uploaded on the website. People come, they make purchase. If it is a paid course, if it's a free course, just go there, you register. There could be things you have to meet up with. If there is none, you register, you have access to the course, and then you begin to learn. Oftentimes, you can also get a certificate. How do you get a certificate? Everything is going to be designed while creating the website so that the certification is even automatic. When you are registering, you register with your name, registered with your phone number. So when you are done with the course, automatically the system that will be created while creating that website carries the name that you brought or you used to register and imprint it on your certificate and give you that certificate. Everything is automatic, I must tell you. Okay, so there are two more kind of websites I want to explain to us before we move further, because the essence of this class is that you become a guru, you become an expert, where very much knowledgeable when it comes to anything website designing, that nothing is left out. All right, so just want to do some emphasis on e-commerce websites and educational websites. In other words, LMS website, Learning Management System. So So there's what we call a listing website. So from what I've said now, you know that for an e-commerce website, what we do there is buying and selling. For an LMS website, oftentimes the courses are always paid courses, so that you pay and then you get it. All right. So the two together. All right. There is a version of them that we call listing websites. This is it. For the e-commerce website, when Mr. Akinola created the website for himself, the only product that you are going to find on that website are products that are owned by Mr. Blessing. What's the name again? Sorry, Mr. Akinola. Okay. Now, when it comes to a listing website, the website is going to be created in such a way that anybody from anywhere can come, create an account on that website, have their personal interface, something like Jumia, all right, so that they can post their personal products, and anybody from anywhere again can come, register, and buy. So the product on that website does not belong to the owner of the website. The owner of the website only created the website for people from different places to register, and when they register, they can post their products, they can post whatever it is they have to sell, and people from different places can also come and buy. The same thing applicable to LMS, something like Udemy. You of course know that the courses on Udemy does not belong to the person that owns Udemy. Different people that have different knowledge about different things created courses and come to Udemy and post it, and people who are interested in such courses, they come there, they buy and they learn. That is listing websites. Listing, that is to say, you can there are different stuff, different courses, different items, different products listed by different people from different places to be bought by different people based on whatever it is they are searching for. All right, I hope I was able to communicate that properly. I just wanted to make that very clear so that we don't get it mixed up. All right, so that's all time. All right, so we are moving to website essentials. If you are enjoying the class, okay, I'm saying thumbs up, thank you. If you are, let's move to website essentials. There are certain things that when you want to create a website, you can't do without. All right, and those are the things that we have under the word website essentials. They are essential for whatever website it is that you will be creating. The first thing is your hosting, the second is your domain, and the last is your subdomain. All right, so for easy understanding, I always do this with the use of an illustration. Okay, when you say an hosting, let's have a picture of let me scroll down. You can always read this when you have the manual, but let me do this for very fast understanding. All right, can we also see the illustration on our interface? All right, thank you. So I mentioned three things. I said hosting, this hosting here, domain, and subdomain. Okay, so I go ahead with my illustration. Imagine a piece of land. This white area you are seeing here now is the piece of land. Okay, the domain in this place is what you have here, this bigger house, and the subdomain is this smaller house. Okay, I did like somebody to respond to me. How many type of this can we have? About 5 of this big house inside this white space. Is that possible? All right, no. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, what about the subdomain, this small house? Can we have another small house like this inside this white space? very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so the idea of hosting, domain, and subdomain is this. The hosting is your the land in the server where you want to buy, where you want to build your website. Whenever you want to build your website, you are going to need to purchase a server space, just like you want to build a land. I always use the analogy of a land and building. Okay, so just like you want to build your house, you are going to have to purchase a space in the server where you'll be building your website. All right, so for instance, you purchase that space. That space is going to have some certain features. The feature and the capacity, that's synonymous. Feature or capacity of that space that you are buying. That space is other words hosting. I'm talking about hosting now. All right. So your hosting, your space in server, you are going to purchase that first, and that thing you are purchasing is going to have some certain features. Now the feature varies depending on the capacity of what you are buying. All right. So for instance, when you buy a land, let me come back to building a house. If you buy a land of 4 plots, definitely you are going to be able to do more on that land than somebody that bought a land of 3 plots. Definitely you are going to be able to do more on that land than somebody that bought a land of 2 plots, 1 plot, half a plot. That is the idea of an hosting, a space in the server. All right. So regardless of the kind of hosting you bought anyway, you are going to be able to build a domain on it. The domain is synonymous to the major house on your server. All right. So I bought my hosting, this white space, and then the feature of this hosting I bought, the capacity of it is that it can contain 1 domain and 2 subdomain, because this subdomain that we can see here, we can have something like this again conveniently in this little space here. All right, but we cannot have this subdomain again inside this place. That's the capacity of the hosting I bought. It means this capacity, the capacity of this hosting now is that it can contain 1 domain, 2 subdomain. There are other capacity of hosting that you buy that will say it can contain 3 domain, 5 subdomain. All right. Imagine it or relate it with the how big a land where you want to build your houses. The land is big. If it can size 3-bedroom flat in 4 places, and then you can have box cutter about 5 for them inside. Maybe you bought about 6 plots to be able to achieve that. Somebody that bought 2 plots will not be able to achieve that. So that's the gist. Your hosting, I come again, is the space in the server where your website is going to be built. When you're buying your hosting, it comes with features, it comes with capacity. Oftentimes, you'll be able to at least build 1 domain. Now, if you buy an hosting that has a very good capacity, you can have more than 1 domain, you can have 2 domains, you can have 3 domains, you can have 4 domains. Okay? Sometimes you cannot have more than 1 domain. However, you can have subdomain on it. You can have 1 domain, 2 subdomain, 1 domain, 3 subdomain. But at the minimum, you'll be able to have 1 domain. At least you'll be able to build your 3-bedroom flat comfortably. But you might not be able to have your gateman house, you might not be able to have a car park because the space you bought is very small. That's the idea about hosting. Do we understand that? All right. Thank you, sir. Okay, so if that is that about our host domain, okay, so the domain is the house in itself that you want to build inside that hosting. When I say the house, I'm talking about the website. You can see under this domain, I have sample.com. So sample.com is the very house that I want to build inside this hosting. It's the very website I want to build inside this hosting. Okay, nobody is going to be asking you for your hosting name. What they will need from you is your domain name. However, that domain is inside an hosting. Okay, and the domain is going to have a name. All right. So, for instance, the name of my website, my business website, is hosti.ng. That hosti.ng is the domain name, and then it is inside an hosting. Okay, so the name by which you refer, or the system through which you refer to your website online, is what you call your domain name. I was saying that earlier. So sample.com here is our domain name. If you press sample.com, it's going to lead you to this house. That's your website. For instance, hosti.ng is my domain name. If you click on it on your browser right now, it's going to lead you to my website. That's the gist. Okay, now coming down to subdomain. Subdomain is I was using the illustration of your 3-bedroom flat and your boys quarter the other time. So see subdomain as the boys quarter inside this your hosting, inside this your big house. Okay, so if the name of our house that we built is sample.com, if you want to tell somebody to go to this very house that I'm hovering on now, you will tell the person go to sample.com. Okay, now in this street where we have this land, there are about 5 houses minimum. It's a street now, there will be plenty of houses. So if you want somebody to go to this very house, you need to tell the person the name of the house so that the person will know where he is going. So I can say go to sample.com. He will directly go to that house that is named sample.com. Okay, now I want somebody to go to the boys quarter inside that hosting that carries sample.com. This is the boys quarter here. Okay, so if this boys quarter does not have a name, it will be very difficult for me to refer to it. All right, so that's why your subdomain is going to have its own name directly. For instance, SUB, that's sub. I'm saying sub, it is smaller than the major one. Okay, so let's say the general name that we give for boys quarter or smaller houses like that is sub. So we have an hosting, or we have a land that the name of the house inside that land is sample.com. We have another land that the name of the major house there is hosti.com. Okay, now I want you to go to the sub that is inside sample.com and not the sub that is inside hosti.com. I will then need to tell you that go to the sub that is inside sample. Are you getting the analogy? So that you will know the very sub that you are going into, it will be necessary for me to mention the name of the major house. So I will say we are going to sub, but the sub you are going to is the sub that is inside sample. Okay, why I'm making all this stress is because when you want to create a subdomain, you are going to have to give it a name. This is the SUB here, dot the name of the major domain, which is sample.com. For instance, this hosting now can carry more than 2 subdomains. So we want to have another subdomain here, and let's give it a name like let's say, what can we give it? Minor. All right. I was saying if you have another subdomain which name is minor, all right, and I want you to go into that very subdomain, then I will have to mention the domain name, which is sample, alongside the word minor. So we are going to have minor.sample.com. The gist is this: whenever you are creating your subdomain, you give it a name of itself. When it has that name cannot stand alone because it is a subdomain. So you are going to have to have it alongside the name of the major domain. So for instance, I have a website for my academy, academy.hosti.ng. Hosti.ng is the major website. Academy is the subdomain. But when I say academy.ng, that's a major house on its own. If it is going to be a subdomain, it is going to have to go alongside the name of the major domain, which is host. So that's what eventually gives us academy dot the major name, which is hosti.ng. As you can see on your screen here, the name of the subdomain is sub dot the name of the major domain, which is sample.com. Okay, so that's why you can have docs.google.com. The name of the domain is google.com. Docs, DOC, that document aspect of Google, is a subdomain under google.com, but it cannot stand on its own because it is a subdomain. So that's why you have docs.google.com. We are using Google Meet right now. If you check the link for Google Meet online, Google Meet is owned by Google, of course. However, that website is a subdomain under Google, which is the major website. So you have Google Meet .google, which is the major website.com. Do we get the gist, please? So that's it about domain hosting subdomain. All right. So this video, of course, is going to be posted on our YouTube channel. I will drop the link on our WhatsApp group so that you can always access it from there and rewatch. In fact, I expect that you rewatch it before tomorrow and you have refreshed your brain about what we have had in this class so that you'll be able to flow better when we continue tomorrow. So by tomorrow, we are going to show you how to buy your hosting and domain. Okay, so you want to build your website. The very thing you're going to be purchasing is your hosting, your space in the server, and then your domain. All right, I'm going to show us how to do that practically tomorrow. Okay, so I must say that there are no hidden charges in this training. It's completely free. Okay, it's as free can be. But what is going to be my joy, what is going to make me happy is the fact that at least I see a good number of people turning into experts in the system of website designing as a result of this training. I'll be looking forward to that very much. So tomorrow we are going to continue this class from explaining how to buy our hosting and domain. We'll not just be doing that theoretically, we are going to go practical. You're going to see how to buy your hosting and domain step by step. All right. And after that has been done, this training is a practical training. Okay. You are going to build your website in the course of this training. I mean, as you are building the website, I'm going to be with you, making corrections and the like, but you're going to build it yourself. And the essence of that is that you can build your confidence. Oftentimes people know how to go about things, but because they have not actually done it before successfully, they get into the fear of, am I sure I can get it done? So that's the essence of the practical. You're going to actually build your website yourself. We are going to mentor you. We are going to supervise that building, and you will see that you can actually create something beautiful, and that will give you the confidence to be able to go out, put yourself as a website designer, get jobs, land gigs, get them done, and get them delivered.